This morning I was shocked to find that the Nintendo NSider Forums were abruptly and without warning closed down yesterday on Monday. I went by the name .shy on NSider. I accumulated over 30,000 posts there. Who God knows how many were deleted over the years. You know, I'm not seriously emo over this, but NSider was the closest I've had to feeling like I had an online family since I've been on in 1998. You know, today it felt almost like, you know, an old friend passed away. Almost, you know, not seriously, like, but, you know, usually from day to day, as I think about things, I think like, oh, I could talk about that on NSider, or I'll post that on NSider later today, and each time I thought of that today, I keep getting bummed out when I remember it's not there anymore, it's gone. You know, I joined NSider back when it was Hyrule Town Square in 03. It was originally like a board to sort of promote Wind Waker, and then it closed down and NSider replaced it. My first post was a complaint about like the holes on the Ocarina of Time being unrealistic if it was an actual ocarina, but I first started getting really intensely active in NSider when Nintendo announced the DS in January 2004. I joined in the speculation and debate about whether it was going to be any good or not, and talking about all the fake DS pics and rumors that are going around the web. And I especially remember the excitement leading up to E3, how everyone the night before Nintendo's E3 show stayed up all night trying to get a glimpse of the DS. You know, when the first pics came out, I was actually the very first one to post a picture of the DS prototype that morning at like 4 in the morning before their show. Of course, a few people thought it was fake and started flaming me, but, you know, I'm proud that I was the first to post it there. And I rushed home from school that day in time to watch the second half of the Nintendo's E3 show because they were streaming it live. And I remember when they first showed the Twilight Princess teaser trailer, and the whole forum just went bananas, and I know I personally was going bananas in my living room. Shame to admit, but all the excitement of E3 that year was a favorite memory of mine. You know, all the discussions and debates about the future of Nintendo. It went through all the way to the fall, and then in November the DS was finally launched. That was exciting. That excitement basically carried on to E305, which was another bonanza of fun on NSider. It's a lot of excitement when they showed the first Revolution prototype pictures and they started announcing the Nintendo DS online Wi-Fi network. And that summer in '05, there were a lot of rumors about Revolution floating around on the boards, some of which was a huge pain to deal with. There was this clown called Serious Gamer 007, and some other group calling themselves like the Zodiac Union or something like that, and they started all these rumors on this site. Serious Gamer was actually claiming to be Miyamoto or Iwata, and then he was claiming he was some kind of Nintendo employee that was being hired to leak information out. And then the guy started stealing things like Pablo Belmont's Nintendo On video. It's like a concept he had of what the Revolution would be like with a VR helmet, and he claimed that was going to be the Wii controller. Then he stole some tech demos from PC first-person shooters. He claimed that was a hardcore first-person shooter by Nintendo called ZeniS. That would be the killer app for Revolution. Well, he got banned quickly, but his rumor-mongering continued from his blog. It was basically only on NSider that he was focusing this on. He eventually got some legal threats from people in the game industry, started giving personal information on. I know some guy, he encouraged people to call him about a meeting with Nintendo. He got like hundreds of calls from like little kids. And then I remember the night in September 2005 when Iwata was actually going to show the Revolution controller for the first time at Tokyo Game Show. Like an hour before the show on his blog, Serious Gamer posted some really bad photoshopped wave birds and claimed that those would be the Revolution controllers. And then he actually got mad when Iwata showed the wheel remote, and he tried to claim that Nintendo betrayed him by changing the design at the last minute. Then he started posting all this anti-Nintendo garbage. The guy was actually still a member at NSider with a different name through actually until the Wii actually launched, but he kept posting all this anti-Nintendo flame bait, and it was nothing but drama. And then the time leading up to E3 2006, including when they announced the name Wii and the forums exploded. And that was still one of my favorite times on NSider. I was the first to have a SIG with the Wii logo on it. It was just white and it said Wii on it, and I was like the first to have that. Even though I still wasn't comfortable with the name myself, but just to show my support. A really fun time was when when Nintendo World, their retail store in New York, opened in 2005. I went there. I met up with a bunch of insiders. A lot of people took pictures of me because of my Eslo hat, of course. It's really cool. And yeah, a lot of people took pictures of that, and the people who went posted all over NSider, which was kind of rare because I was one of the only users who a lot of people knew who I was, because there's a really strict no photos of users rule. But, you know, that was sort of cool, being popular like that. And later on, when Miyamoto came to Nintendo World, I slept out overnight in front of the store with a bunch of other people. Got to meet a lot of friends from NSider, and I became famous on NSider again because actually the picture of me shaking hands with Miyamoto, and I was wearing my hat. Nintendo posted that on Nintendo.com, and so it got all over the internet, and I became a little famous because of that. And I'm really proud of the fact that more than a bunch of people, more than 20 people, sent me PMs and say in my threads that I should have been a Sage. It's really disappointing that the NOA's never noticed me, but I don't do it for status. I just do it because it's fun. I have a lot of posts that I put more than an hour or two of work into. And I have a couple that I put in more than 2 full days of work into. Two, I remember specifically. I put together like a preview, sort of like a pamphlet, preparing people for Nintendo's E3 2006 media show. And another thread I worked hard on was I made a thread listing the top 20 controversial Nintendo topics of all time. Both of those were really popular and extremely successful. I'm proud of that. I think I provided a relatively unbiased and level-headed point of view and discussion and debate on NSider. In 04 and 05 I did a lot of joke threads that got a lot of great responses, mostly. And I did some informative threads about space colonization and things I like steam locomotives. I got to inform a lot of people about that and share that with them. The last joke thread I made was a Wii game, a box art I made called Wii Hissy Fit. It's sort of mocking the reaction to the Wii Fit announcement at E3 2007. The whole experience on NSider was special to me because it was a place where me and a bunch of other Nintendo fans got to hang out and just sort of hold hands and watch together as Nintendo's sort of revolution, as they went from being last place with GameCube and sort of being like, oh, they're going to be the next Sega, they're going to drop out, they're washed up, to being the market leader with DS and Wii. And it was really cool that from the timing of it all, from 03, from basically when they're on the bottom, to now 07 when they're the leaders again in the market in terms of market share and popularity. It's cool that we got to experience that with other Nintendo fans. I had dreamed. One of my main regrets about the closing of NSider is I have been working on a series of novels, and I've been writing for a couple of years now, and I hope to someday have a video game series sort of based on them. That I hoped one day they would make it big, and I'd see people posting about it on NSider, and I could be like, yeah, I made those, and be part of the gaming community, and sort of being in the industry itself. I hope to share that with NSider, but that's not how it turned out. It's probably my biggest regret.